What is up, everybody? Mirrodin Gaming here. We're back for another World of Tanks Tech Tree Tank Showcase and Review. Today we take a look at the Tier 9 German heavy tank, the E75, going towards the E100. This is right on the cusp of being a super heavy. It's at 96 tons, where the line is really drawn at 100, but honestly, what's 4 tons on it? It's really, truly a super heavy, as long as you angle yourself right. It has a very similar design to the Tiger 2, so we'll go ahead and take a look at the live view. We're comparing this against the AE phase because that's kind of my gold standard. But as you can see, lower plate, weak. I mean, that's most tanks. Very small cupola, very difficult to hit. But if you notice here, you got this flat plate right around the gun. That is, if you have enough pin, you can go through it. So let's go ahead and switch to the gold rounds. Yeah, they're going to be able to hit that and go through it no problem. Same thing with your upper plate on your turret and hull. But one thing I noticed when playing the Tiger 2, my gun gets hit a lot when people are trying to hit this flat front plate. So definitely anticipate that you're going to get your gun hit quite a lot if you're not careful. But I'd rather have, a slightly damaged gun than have my HP gone, so it works for me. Alright, let's go ahead and get over the comparison. So, being a super heavy, we're definitely going to compare it to the other super heavy at this tier, the Maushin. And then these other ones have pretty good armor profiles, so they play very similarly. DPM, it's okay, it's not great. The main problem you have is your reload time. It's pretty slow compared to a lot of the other tanks at this tier. But we can definitely get that down to probably 12 or 13 with a gun rammer. Penetration also pretty good, and if you notice on your standard rounds, you only lose 5 points of penetration at range. Same with the Mauschins. That is a really good feature of this tank. Those gold or the standard rounds can work just as well as gold rounds of other tanks. Like this is what a lot of the heavy tanks at tier 8 have. So having those for your standard, really good. Damage of 530, only one tank better than it. In fact, this thing is actually better damage than a lot of tier 10 tanks that only have like 490. So definitely make use of being able to trade uh, more damage for each shot. Alright, then we get down to shell velocity 920, pretty good, and not great for really long range shots, but you can make it work. Ammo capacity of 36. This one is ones where you have to kind of pick and choose a little bit of how many rounds you really want to take of each type. I think I'm going to end up taking very similar to what my Tiger 2 is, about 10 rounds of standard, so I can shoot through, blow up buildings and whatnot, and about 20 rounds of gold, 20, maybe 23, and then 3 rounds to reset cap. So it's enough to kind of make it work, but I'd like to see a little bit more, kind of like the Maushin with 50. Take plenty of everything. Let's go ahead and take a look at your gold rounds. So you have APCR, don't have to worry about those small walls and boxes and stuff like that. And then your penetration of 311. This is what a lot of tier 10 heavy tanks have. Are very similar, 313, 315, 320. So you can definitely compete with them for sure. And then your shell velocity steps up to 1150, which is very good at trying to hit those things at long range without having to lead quite so much. So definitely good at sniping, or one of the better heavy tanks at sniping if you have to. Aim time 2.30, slower than everything else here, but honestly, I like it a little bit quicker than that, but you can make it work. Dispersion of 0.35. We use the improved aiming. We can definitely get that down to probably, I think, 0.32, is on the verge of being able to snipe. So you can definitely, towards the end of the game, where you're trying to finish off those last few enemies, you can definitely try to hit them at range. Our other stats, yeah, not great when moving or during tank traverse. Turret traverse is actually pretty good. Anything around 0.1, really good. But yeah, when you're moving, not going to be great. You definitely want to try to get those skills like the snapshot and smooth ride as soon as possible in order to kind of prevent these from being quite so bad. Gun depression, same as everything else, 8 degrees. That's where I draw the line of when a tank feels comfortable on a ridgeline is 8 degrees, so you can make it work. Gun elevation, not great. You might have some problems on some of those maps, like from the beach on Overlord, or some of the tanks maybe if you're too close up on the cliff or something like that, you may not be able to hit them, but you can make it work if you angle yourself right. Speed, fastest one here. Well, relatively fastest one here. Ground resistances play a little bit of a part in it, but 40 forward speed for a heavy tank, really good. You can get to those positions and start hitting those other tanks that are still trying to make it into theirs. 91 weight, so actually 91 tons. Apparently I was off just a little bit, but you know, it's pretty close to a super heavy. And then your engine power of 951. Yeah, almost as bad as the Maushin as far as power to weight goes, so not great at all. Anyway, let's go ahead and get down to the armor. So, hull armor, pretty good compared to everything else. Not quite as good as the 103 or the M451 or the Maushin, but you can definitely make that work if you hide that lower plate. And your turret armor, other than the AMX, some of the best turret armor in the game. That's what leads to that one flat plate being kind of hard to pin unless they load gold. Track armor of 40, not quite as good as the Maushin, but definitely can take a couple of rounds before your tracks give out. So definitely able to make use of that for sure. Camo, you're a heavy tank. You don't have camo. Come on now. And then V range of 400. This is one of the ones I'll try to beef up if I were you. This one and the E100, you can actually get max spotting range. And towards the end of the game, especially on those more open maps, you can make use of your ability to spot to finish off those last few enemies. Let's go ahead and get over to the gameplay. So we are going to be watching, I cannot read that, hot dumpster fire from Droid in his E75 on Tundra. Here we go. Now watch this. So we're kind of doing a live reaction. A couple different setups. This looks like his more armored setup, loading a lot of gold rounds here too. And 2 repair kits. Interesting. I wonder if he's running that because his gun gets hit a lot, like mine does in the Tiger 2. Guess we'll find out, huh? Alright, going hill. Interesting. A lot of heavy tanks tend to go to the one line. As you can see, he also went very wide to use that hill as cover so he didn't get shot trying to make it across here. Trying to watch to see if anything there. Yep. That's a very popular spot. Thankfully, he was aimed at the enemy, so they hit and didn't do any damage. That's the one thing on those spots you know you have to cross where enemies might be, you need to turn your turret towards them if you can. But there's only one direction that is, that they're coming from. Alright, looks like a lot of the mediums made it up here before most of his team did. Wasn't able to get a shot there because the enemy had their gun blocking. Oh, he's going to poke out and pop somebody. Boom! Ooh, and Crack ate that round. Very nice. There's a TPP in the back. Apparently can just barely see him. Oh, gonna make good use of this guy not watching him. Lucky again, eats a shell with his track. One enemy down. Oh, he just got of his missions complete. That's very good. Tag Tiger. Oh, look at that. See, that small aiming reticle allows you to get those little sneaky shots in. Yeah, he's gonna move up. Very nicely done. See, that penetration on those gold rounds allows you to go through stuff that a lot of the other heavy tanks may not be able to. EVP is backed off. Try to take a poke here. You see, he's just slightly angled to be able to ricochet shots here. Already at 2,000 damage, almost 2,000 blocked. Oh, finally something that could pin him. EVP. He's got to be very careful here. There's quite a few stuff aiming at him. Try to wait for, or hopefully somebody will spot that area for him. Maybe he'll get a snapshot in. There you go. Yep, he was just waiting, pre-aimed, Wait for that TVP to poke. Now the TVP is going to do the same. We're just going to sit here and wait for him in order to try to shoot him, which TVP bounced around. Oh, Shadow moved up, but thankfully did not pin him. I'll try to wait for the TVP again. Try to get another round into him. Oh, nice. Even though he was wiggling a little bit, he still managed to sneak that shot in. And he's got enough health. He could probably get lucky and pin him. Yeah, it could eat around just to get that gun out of the game. Bounce out that one because, yeah, the front plate, because of that angle, he's not going to be able to go through it. But playing very well against this auto reloader. Wasn't quite reloaded in time. Trying to sneak a shot in, but just couldn't quite get the angle right. So, yeah, he's a little bit exposed still. Just a hair. Oh, Jag Tiger. Right through the cheek. That's right. Try to face down an E75 in that thing. Come on now. There's the TP again. Not quite reloaded. Yeah, TVP is getting lucky here, or unlucky, just bouncing all these rounds against him. I mean, he's basically holding these 3 tanks by himself. Time to aim at the TVP again. Yep, he's a little bit slow. I would have started aiming at it, because you know he's going to poke every single time. The TVP waits to go unspotted, then tries to sneak into the round, and he's playing right. He's just not getting lucky enough to pin any of those rounds. Oh, hit the rock. Looks like the BZs on the one line have already torn through all his allies. Nice, snuck that round in there. If it was me, I would have hit the gun, I guarantee you. Alright, 4,700 and 4,500 blocked. Wow. Come on, let's see if we can get this TVP this time. Come on, TVP. Checking to see where they're at. Oh, oh. Oh, somebody else got him. Nice. Gonna eat around here to do damage to the Progetto. And of course he should be able to finish him off next round. Lucky and bounced one. Now you can go after him for real. Oh, hit the mantlets. Bounced around. Okay. Scorpion trying to sneak a shot into the Progetto. Got an angle. Or not. The Progetto didn't fire. 5,600. Oh, oh, oh. What's that? Oh, got lucky and bounced the T30. Sadly, I think his base is going to be overrun because there's too many enemy tanks. He can only be one place right now. I'll turn around and try to go defend. And the rock in between him and that T30. Oh, the T30 relocated around the other edge. And there goes the Waffentrager. This is not looking good. They're down 4 tanks and at basically a third of the health. Something's finally started capping. Can probably kill the E30. Gotta get down before the BZ gets... Oh, yep, got lucky there. Him and the Scorpion at this point. I don't know if they're gonna be able to pull this one off. Wow. Almost 6,000 damage. 6,000 blocked. Everything's gonna be coming up behind him though, so he's gotta make a play here. Nice, good kill there. BZ misses because he's properly angled. There's something right here in front of him again. 152. Alright, takes blind Jag Tiger in the back. Yep, that's what's gonna get him. He is pretty much dead no matter what he does here. Just gotta pick something and go at it, honestly. Now, the 152 has a pretty long reload. Oh, the BZ pins him. That is super unlucky. Yep. And that's probably going to be it. I doubt the Scorpion is going to last much longer. Let's go ahead and take a look at those in-game stats. Alright, so yes, it is a defeat, but he did get an ace tanker and high caliber. 59, almost 6,000 damage, 3 kills, almost 7,000 blocked. Wow, that is definitely how you play this tank. But, you know, you can only do so much. You do have to rely on your allies to kind of help you get the win. Oh, it looks like he also got his first mark on the tank. Very nice. I applaud you for that, sir. But anyway, that's going to be it. If there's a specific tank you wish to see next, go ahead and leave that in the comment section of the most current Victory Tank Showcase and Review video, and I will get to it within the next 3. I record about 3 of these at a time. Anyway, that's going to be it for me. This is Meridian Gaming, and I'll see you on the battlefield.